Well, hello there, everybody. Ocean Mike welcomes you to Christmas Countdown Days 5 and 6. While we're waiting for some people to filter in, I will feed Little Blue. He knows the drill. Welcome to the two folks so far. Uh-oh. I dropped one of the pellets. Let's hope I can find it. If not, I'll just have to get a new one. And I just dropped one of Little Blue's pellets. That doesn't look like I'm going to be able to find it. But hello there, Puck and Jemmy. It's always good to see you guys on stream. I'll just grab a new one. Come here, buddy. Pellet number 2 is incoming. There you go, buddy. Enjoy. Well, I'm doing all right for the most part. How are you guys doing? And hello there, Bug. Tactical pellet incoming indeed. Hope he's enjoying it in there. Since we already have 6 folks, I guess we can get started right away. So what do you guys want to do first? Do you want to add on 2 verses for 25 Days of Christmas, or do you want Advent Calendar first? It can be up to you guys this time. Probably should have done that in the first place. Oops, bumped my desk. Sorry, Little Blue. Option 1, you want the 25 Days of Christmas verses? As you wish. Eczema's getting real bad on my finger. Stuff's lame. Alright. So, on the 6th day of Christmas, the ocean gave to me 6 coral reefs, 5 crustaceans, 4 primordial beings, 3 ocean hats respectively, 2 ocean-themed Lego sets, and a Little Blue with a fake anemone. So there we go. There are our 6 verses so far. And now we can move on to our Ocean Advent Calendar. So let's do day number 5. What is in day number 5? Octopus. Whoa, now that's pretty cool. Let's do you want to do day number 6 now, or do you want to just do all of day number 5 and then move to day number 6? I actually kind of intended that. I will be answering some of those questions when I'm online. However, that new channel, the Fish Questions, is more of a discussion-based channel where you guys can just kind of talk about and answer each other's questions. Kind of gives an opportunity for community learning with each other. Okay, let's do 5 first. So for number 5, here we have an octopus. So this giant Pacific octopus, which is most likely what it is, are actually some of the most intelligent creatures on the planet. They are quite the problem solvers, and they do display emotional connections. At least these guys do. They are able to recognize people, and they're quite curious. They also have camouflage abilities, so they will try to blend in with their environment. However, if you take one out of water and then reintroduce it back into its natural habitat, it'll turn white, like snow white upon touching water, and then it will slowly go back to its normal color. Kind of like a reintroduction of the elements, kind of puts it into a shock. I'm not going to be disregarding them, my friend. I'll try to answer your questions as much as I can. However, that channel is kind of meant for just community discussions about like trying to teach each other stuff. I'll put that in the channel description. I just kind of wanted to make that kind of fun. So for fish of the day suggestions that I can't get around to due to this, you can have them answered with each other or just on the Discord. Puck Puck asks, if you had to fight either a crab or a lobster, which would you fight? No firearms, only glorious close quarter combat. Probably a crab. Well, it depends on what kind. If we're just talking about like a blue crab or just the standard like Pacific lobster, I would go with the crab because they are smaller, less pincher power. However, like if we're talking about like the Japanese spider crab or one of those, I don't know, I might go with lobster. Andreas G asks, how did Big Blue Fish get all the way up there? It is actually not a very tall dresser. Let me show you. It's not very tall. So I just put him up there myself. So he could kind of watch down over us during our live streams. Fish in their natural habitats don't really exhibit that type of stress. However, most of them will most likely eat or swim. Fish aren't as intelligent or developed enough to have that level of stress. They can go through stress that causes damages to their brains and bodies. However, the stress that they are put through is generally due to physical harm or being put in an environment that it doesn't belong in. So the best way for it to relieve stress is make its way back to its habitat, environment, or find like a safe area for itself. That would most likely cause permanent damage to the fish, so do not do that. And big blue fish can fly. All right, so since I've told you about the giant Pacific octopus, let's move on to door number 6 on the Ocean Advent Calendar. Once again, thanking Thrash C12 and Fergus for contributing to this. Oh, here we go. Number 6, we have a hammerhead. This one looks like the great hammerhead, which is one of my favorite fish out there. And despite great hammerheads being one of the largest species of sharks, as well as one of the most scary looking to some, they are actually not very aggressive hunters. They are surprisingly bottom feeders. They like to root around on the ocean floor and eat crustaceans or different species of rays. They use their long snout, wide snout, to root up those prey organisms. So that's how they hunt, believe it or not. However, they are some pretty territorial when it comes to others of their species. So they will actually fight and eat each other. However, they will not go after others. They only kind of keep to their own, and they don't really like their own very much. So that is the life of a great hammerhead. Solitary, they're kind of loners. They kind of like to just swim around, keep to themselves, and eat off the ocean floor. A least favorite shark. I don't really know. All sharks have a pretty important purpose. However, I don't really think I have a least favorite. However, I'm not a huge fan of the great white. Not because it's lame or anything. I just feel like it's been kind of overused and over-exaggerated in a lot of films and pop culture media, to the point where it's just kind of, oh, there's the great white shark again. They don't really, yeah, that's mainly my issue. Where did I acquire such fishy knowledge? The internet, friends, mainly. I just kind of do this research on my own. I like learning about the ocean, so this is just a hobby that I like to indulge in and share with my pals, my fishy friends, such as you guys. And to answer Puck's question about how strong are squids, squids are not like the kraken, like people like to think, the massive ship-breaking behemoths. They're even the giant and colossal squids. They're just like most other large fish. They're capable of hurting others, as they're predators. However, they're not like devastational to industry or man-made objects. Ocean Man cover win. Maybe I'll do that sometime. In reaction to the SpongeBob movies win. Not sure. I'll probably be easier. It'll be easier for me to do the Ocean Man cover, as covers are allowed on YouTube, I think. But however, I don't really think I'll be able to do a SpongeBob movie reaction. Not only because I can't share my screen, but because I don't think that's allowed on YouTube's guidelines. So, underwater flamethrowers. Not really. They're like people can use what do you call them? Like welding materials underwater, I believe. However, like a flamethrower, not really, because flamethrower flames are not as condensed or hot as a welding tool or like those high tech fire cutters. I forget what they're called. However, not really. Goblin jerks are pretty cool. Very slow and conservative fish, despite being so scary looking. You could easily outswim one because they rely on keeping their speeds low for their environment. They are extraordinarily slow to the point where they have developed their jaw to jut outwards and grab fish because their bodies are not capable of swimming fast enough to catch the fish themselves because they live in such a deep and cold environment. They live that way to conserve energy. I believe a lot of fish are able to smell. It's very important for how to fish hunt or navigate. I'm pretty sure all species of sharks are capable of smelling, as well as most predatory fish. Yeah, most fish have their own sense of smell. However, it relies more on their gills more than their nose. However, their nose does play a somewhat important role. So those are all my planned events talking about our things. So if you guys have any further questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Fish get depressed. That is a long debated question. Kind of. Not in the way that we do, but they kind of go into a shut down state of mind if they are put in a undesirable environment or deprived of certain necessities. They kind of go into this shut down state where they lose years off their lifespan or they refuse to eat, those type of things. It's mainly due to stress, which is also part of human depression, but we won't talk about that too much. Sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their heads. That is interesting. However, laser technology is not that far developed, so who knows? Sounds interesting. Scariest fish? I'm really intimidated by like piranhas, to be honest. Although those aren't soul water, they're pretty scary. They just kind of shred anything that gets in their environment. Fish NASCAR. I don't believe fish race. Well, some of them will compete for mates or territory. However, I don't think that there's like fish racing. Well, I guess when it comes to like marlins or swordfish, it kind of becomes a competition of how fast they can move against the predators. Oh, it's the ass fish of some sort. Bony-eared ass fish. Yep. They weren't very nice when they came to naming that fella, however. He's there. Object value? I don't believe so. I mean, in the sense of territory, yes. Or like a burrow or a home that they have staked out, especially when it comes to like symbiotic fish that make attachments with sea anemones. Anemones, sorry. Um, like clownfish, for example, they have a sense of object value in the sense where they rely on those things for nourishment or protection or to protect their young. So, in a way, some of them do, yes. The ocean equivalent of boats? What do you mean? Boats go on the ocean too. The ocean equivalent of boats? You mean like underwater? Like submarine or. That's hard to say. A lot of fish species have backed themselves into an evolutionary corner, kind of like how sponges have. So, some a large amount of species have evolved to the point where they can't evolve to be much else. So, probably not. However, it is possible. And fish cannot read now. Fish rides on a boat. Probably a whale is the closest thing that I can think of. Lots of parasites or mutualistic parasites will latch onto those for a ride. That's one way of looking at it, Andreas. We will take one or two more questions and then we'll wrap it up at the 20-minute mark. Right now we are at 18:37. I don't believe so. Like I said, a lot of fish have evolved themselves to just become better fish, like better for their environment. However, who knows? They could evolve to have better levels of intelligence for their environments, but it is a mystery as of now. I'm a bit curious if most will end up like sponges, where they can only evolve to be better sponges, like better at filtering water. Most adaptable fish? I'll probably say the lungfish. Lungfish are very good at adapting, so much to the so where they are capable of living out of water for years and just living in a comatose state without having to eat or anything. Very resilient fish. They are born and bred for the harsh environments of Africa and Australia. Fish are real, and I do not believe that fish are government spies. Are you a government spy, Little Blue? didn't think so. All right, we've reached the 20-minute mark, so I'll bid you all a good night or a good morning or a good day. Can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day. And like always, feel free to leave suggestions or questions. And goodbye, fishy friends.